everyone, I'm Suzanne. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to share with you all of the books that I'm going to be using as part of our curriculum for the upcoming school year. If you saw my previous curriculum video, you know we've chosen to do quite a few literature-based studies this year. So I'm going to share with you all the books that we have accumulated thus far for our upcoming school year. We still have another big order coming in, but I'll do a separate video when that comes in. For those of you who are new, we're a homeschooling family of 3. We're going into our 5th year of homeschooling, and that will be our daughter's 4th grade year. Like I've mentioned, we are doing a few literature-based studies this year, and if you haven't seen our curriculum video for the upcoming school year 2022 to 2023, I will link it above. A big theme we have this year is Harry Potter, and we are using a couple of Harry Potter curriculum. And I will leave a couple videos up here if you have any interest in seeing more in depth what those curriculum are, as well as how I'm using them this year. But without further ado, I'm going to jump in and show you the books that go along with a lot of that curriculum. And I will start off with the Harry Potter material. The first one that I picked up is a Kids Herb book for children of all ages, because we will be doing a herbology study. First, we're doing our owl study, and then we're going to jump into herbology. Another study we're going to be doing for our Harry Potter this year is astronomy. So I have a couple different books for that this year. First, we have What We See in the Stars. I just couldn't resist this book because it's illustrations. And if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I love books with illustrations. I just thought this was lovely, a fun supplement. I also picked up 50 Things to See with a Telescope for Kids. And we have a telescope we haven't used. We're going to see if that is good enough. And if not, she might get that for Christmas, because we're actually, astronomy is scheduled for after Christmas this year. And there were a couple of these in Build Your Libraries book list. I'm not sure which it was. Anyway, there was another one and I grabbed that too. So this is Dot to Dot in the Sky, Stories in the Stars. Can't wait to get into these ones. And also Stories of the Aurora. And I just love the idea of this. Yeah, it looks like so much fun. Okay. And the last one for that study is, this is a DK book, and this is Night Sky Atlas. And this is the essential sky watching guide to complete with detailed maps, stunning photography, and see-through pages. And I did buy this one used off Amazon, and it's great. So here's one of the see-through pages. Oh, yeah, there. So, every time I do a video, I have hair flying around. I don't know what that says about my housekeeping. Anyway, I think that's really cool. Yeah, the whole book is just fantastic. Here's another one. DK does it again. So that's what we're doing. Oh, and I got a little game to go with the astronomy. And this is Constellations Memory Game. Just show you a couple of those. Also, for the Harry Potter study after Christmas, we're going to do Rocks and Minerals. So I grabbed this DK book. We actually already have a couple of rock books, so I'm not sure how much overlap there's going to be. We'll find out. And you can't really see in here, but I did pick up, this is a National Geographic Ultimate Gemstone and Fossil Dig Kit. So I just thought that would be fun to do when we're studying rocks. And this was recommended to pick up from the Build Your Library. It was on the list. And this is The Sorcerer's Companion, A Guide to the Magical World of Harry Potter. There's a couple books like this that were on the list that I think are going to be a lot of fun. give us some extra information. And we will also be studying mythological beasts. And this is a DK's, the book of mythical beasts and magical creatures. And this is stunning. I've actually had my eye on this for a while anyway. So when it was on one of the lists, I was very happy. Great excuse to pick it up. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I also picked up Quidditch Through the Ages, and I wanted this for our collection anyway. And I'll have to look at my last book haul to make sure this wasn't in it. I don't think so in terms of timing. So I've just had this pile in the corner of the living room that as things have come in, I just keep adding to it for the upcoming school year. And yeah, very excited to have this one. We will be reading The Green Ember this year. This is the first book in the series S.D. Smith. Really excited to dive into this. Probably won't be until after Christmas, but I wanted to make sure that I picked it up. We do have a book study by Hearth Magic, and I am going to do that with this one. So really excited to read that this year. Okay, now I have a stack for our language arts and grammar. And this isn't everything, but this is what I have thus far for the upcoming school year. Everything looks like so much fun. I'm so excited. We're doing Guest Hollow's language arts curriculum this year. And here's a lot of the things that were listed to pick up if you wanted to. And I think we averaged about half of the material listed is available at our public library. I mean, I think that's a rough estimate. Anyway, there's quite a few at our public library, so we're going to grab those. And then there were some we definitely wanted to add to our home library, and this, of course, would be one of them. This is called Storymaker, Create Silly Sentences and Stories with Magnetic Phrase Tiles. And this is also a fun one. This is Time Capsule, a seriously awesome journal. And you put in the year and the property of. Vivian really liked the gratitude journal and different ones we did last year, so I think she'll really find this enjoyable. But it's a great way to get some practice in for writing. Yeah, I think it all helps personally. Oh, this is so cute. This is Illustration School, Let's Draw a Story. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And this one's for me. Uncovering the Logic of English, a common sense approach to reading, spelling, and literacy. English is so illogical. All right. Just going to show you the table of contents, the problem of English, the literary crisis, phonograms, the building blocks of words, consonants, vowels, and syllables, foundational consonant rules, the mystery of the silent E solved, the power of the Latin spellings, decoding past tense verbs, overcoming challenges, creating an auditory picture, the final spelling rules, and then putting it all together. So that was quite a few that I read there, not all of them on the table of contents. But definitely be interested to get into this. Well, let's be clear. I actually find it a little bit dry and boring. I'm not as excited by this as I was by the illustrations, but I definitely want to have all the tools in my toolbox. So, and this one is I Want a Dog, My Opinion Essay. And you had the choice between I want a cat, I want a dog. My daughter already has a cat. And her and her father have been bugging me to get a dog. So we definitely chose, I want a dog. So she's going to use this to write an essay to convince me to get a dog. This is a lot of fun. How to tell a story. So these are building blocks. It says at the back, it's a book, it's a game, it's a storytelling adventure. Read the book. So this is a full color book with a custom set of 20 beautifully illustrated blocks. Here's an ingenious and entertaining way to learn how to tell a story from beginning to middle to end. So I think this is a lot of fun, all these different ways to tell a story. It seems there will be a focus this year of getting Vivian to write her own stories, which she loves. So this should be a lot of fun. And I'm really hoping this year to have a lot more fun with school and some of these subject matters. So we'll see. And then we have the best of the Mad Libs. And I was surprised how much my daughter really actually likes these. She has a Scooby-Doo one and she loved it. So that'll be fun this year. Oh, and I have to say I much prefer the size of this. Like, other than the little tiny ones, I just thought this was rather cool. Then we have Archaeologists Dig for Clues. And I have to admit, I'm not sure why I have this. Seems like an odd thing for English. Maybe I ordered the wrong thing. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's great to do before we dive into our ancient history this year anyway. So there you go. Yeah, there's a lot for language arts. I have about 3 more things still to show you. And I just want to say that our language arts, these books, some of them will go for the next 2 years because I'm stretching out this language arts program over the next 2 years. This one is English from the Roots Up, help for reading, writing, spelling, and SAT scores. And this is learning root words from Latin and Greek. For example. Anyway, I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. I think Vivian will actually enjoy this. So, well, let's hope she does. I'm definitely excited to learn some of these root words. Okay, next we have 50 enthralling and effective writing lessons. So don't forget to write for the elementary grades. This was on the list. I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm really happy that there is a curriculum attached to all these books I'm showing you, and I don't have to figure out how to lay it out for the next year or 2 years. Yeah, I'm glad that's done for me. Here's a little one I picked up, and this is vocabulary cartoons. Kids learn a word a minute and never forget it. And I saw this on Emily Cook's site, who had seen it from Project Happy Home. Now, this is an older version. They did have, Emily, for example, showed the up-to-date version. And I decided to get this because, one, it was $10 cheaper. I admit it. And I'm hoping that there's a big difference, that if I get this one and I want to get the next one, that there might be even more words that we can learn from this format. But I don't know for sure. So I have to check out what the differences are. Anyway, I just thought the words are not going to change. So I definitely went for the older version, and we'll see if I end up getting the newer versions. That's everything for language arts. Now I'm just going to show you a mishmash of things that I picked up. And I put an order in to Learning House, which is in Canada. And I picked up a couple little things. This is Professor Noggin's Countries of the World. And I love these. We have the second one. I think I bought used, Countries of the World, so I wanted the first one. And I could not resist this book. I can't resist any of the books that have to do with like world studies or geography and culture. Anyway, I couldn't pass this one up either. I love the take on it. And if you saw my videos from last year where I showed you the books we were using for world history, I already have quite a few. But I couldn't resist this one. This is your A to Z guided language tour. So this is a bunch of different countries, and I love the owie, owie. And I love they give you a passport where in the back you have the stickers to put in the passport. And this is what I love more than anything, because I've done passports before, but it's really cool when you can get the stickers. And it's by language. So I'll show you. And here's all the countries that they have. So up here we do Armenia, and the language is at the top, so it's Armenian. Let's see what the other one. What do we got here? Oh, Japan, and the language is Japanese. Anyway, they do that all the way throughout, and I just think that was really cool, and I'm really happy to add this to our history shelf that we'll refer to when we're looking at different countries. One of the books that I picked up for our Norse mythology study this year is Delaire's Book of Norse Myths, and I really love the illustrations in this book. We really enjoyed the Delaire's Greek mythology book, and I wanted to keep that going. And Vivian was really excited when she picked this one up. The illustrations are beautiful, and the way the papers feel is beautiful. And the way the paper feels is beautiful. I also have a child's introduction to Norse mythology. And if you saw my video about the book guides and the extra curriculum I was sharing with everyone, you'll notice in there I also picked up one of Hearth Magic's Norse myth studies. So I'm going to add that in as well. Really excited to study Norse mythology this year. I know this is a huge haul. Like I said, I've been accumulating material for the next school year. A lot of times I break up my book hauls. You know, when I get a package in, I'll share from different places. I didn't do that this year because, as you've probably noticed, I haven't been doing videos for most of the summer. And I wanted to just kind of catch up and do it all, as many as I could in a video instead of doing a bunch of different ones. And it's really exciting to go through all these books, for me anyways. So I hope you are enjoying this huge haul. Okay, now I'm going to show you some books that I have for a curriculum I am adding in this year. I've made a couple changes to my original plan for the year in terms of curriculum, but I'll explain more in another upcoming video about that. But these are the books that I did pick up for that particular curriculum. First, we have The World of Animals. We have a couple animal books, so I'm just going to put them together, but I love this when I looked at it. Yeah. So we'll be using that for our owl study this year. We'll definitely refer to this. Yeah, I just thought it was another gorgeous one, and my daughter absolutely loves animals, so when it was recommended and I could get it, I bought it secondhand. Then we have, which I'm sure you're familiar with if you watch BookTube and Homeschool. They've been around for a while. This is the Big Book of Beasts, but it was on the book list for this particular curriculum. So I always kind of loved them anyway, so I grabbed that opportunity. Okay, and this is the Big Book of Bugs. Yes, definitely beautiful. Also, to go along with that study, we have the Animalium. Am I saying that correctly? Welcome to the museum. Okay, this also has been around for quite a while. I've seen it. If not on YouTube, I've definitely seen it on Instagram. But oh my gosh, look at this. Just so beautiful. And I love the fact that it's going to be part of a curriculum where they say, hey, they're referring to it. I find a lot of times I buy these gorgeous books and I'm really excited, and then we don't pick them up as much as I would love to or think I'm going to when I buy them. So if it's part of a curriculum, I think that's even way more exciting. Next, I'm going to share with you, this is a math card games kit from Right Start Mathematics. Now, if you saw my summer plans video, this is something I plan on doing with my daughter. And a couple things happened. One, it took forever to come. I was so surprised. They had a big sale. I don't know if that's normal. A friend of mine said usually you get your orders from them within 2 weeks, but no, it was like well over a month and a half. So it didn't come in time for my plans. And we just had a huge amount of changes this summer anyway. So I let it go and we'll start it this school year. I'm just going to open it up and show you. I mean, here's a picture of what is included. You see that. And like I said, I haven't even opened it. I really wanted to play a lot of games with my daughter, and I thought this was, obviously it's a kit, that's what it's for. So you have all your fraction decks, you have multiplication card deck, a money deck, and it's also for Canada, which is fantastic, obviously. I'm a Canadian. Some of the games that I have looked at based on other homeschool recommendations, they look fantastic in terms of learning money and practicing with money, but they were always in US funds, so it's just not as useful as when it comes in Canadian funds. So this is the abacus, and I think this is a brilliant. So when you have your 10, you have 5 in blue and 5 in yellow. Brilliant, like I said. It also shows you placement. Again, very useful. Those. Oh. Yeah, a friend of mine that uses this Start Right Math absolutely loves it. That's a cuddle pot. She loves this, and I really respect her opinion. And I love what she does with her kids. So, yeah, definitely wanted to check it out. All right, some books I picked up for fun. Because we are doing Harry Potter and having sort of a magical theme this year, I thought this would be fun. And Joanne from How We School showcased this, and I fell in love with it, and she's really enjoying it. So again, I love it when you have homeschool moms that you know and trust their opinion, and she's another one. The first part of the year, for sure, we're doing What is Magic curriculum, and that is all project-based. So I definitely will be finishing that before I bring in more projects and things like that. We'll see when we get to this. Watch, it'll be next year, but hey, if it is, that's fine too. Now here's a book my honey bought for me. We went book shopping, and this is one of the ones I've wanted for a really long time. This is The Secret Garden, but it is illustrated by Inga Moore. And I had really wanted a hard copy, but they're hard to find. You have to buy them used. Anyway, this is beautiful, and I'll show you some of the illustrations. So, yeah, I'm really excited to finally have this in our collection. Just show you some of the illustrations. Oops, there's one. There's more. Yeah. Beautiful. Yes, that's how happy I get when I get books I really love with illustrations. I ordered this, DK, the film book, a complete guide to the world of movies. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to do with Vivian this year with this. But I really wanted to start doing some film studies, like in terms of teaching Vivian the different genres and that sort of thing. And I thought it would be just something fun to add into our studies. And it doesn't have to be official, like maybe on the weekends or something. And that we just add to her knowledge bank every year. So by the time she graduates high school, she has experienced many of the films in our history in North America, and hopefully introduce her to some European movies as well. And I just thought this was a great way to start. So this will be on our shelves for many years. And this one I'm really excited about. This is Musicals, the definitive illustrated story. And we have agreed, Vivian, we've already started watching some, Disney musicals specific to her age genre. And for those that don't know, Matilda's coming out with a new musical as well. I think it comes out in October and November. We're really excited about that. We love Matilda. Anyway, what we're doing in the house this year is we are going to have Saturday nights is going to be family movie night, and we're going to watch a different musical every Saturday night. So that's something that I think will be a lot of fun as well. I'm going to share a couple of supplies I picked up because I'm not doing a supply video this year. If you saw them last year, I bought so many. I get so excited doing YouTube and all the plans that I had. I bought tons of supplies, and we still have so much left that this is going to be the odd thing that I need to replenish. So there will be no video on that front this year. But I picked up some School Nest books. Obviously I've been seeing them around for a while, and we do have a history timeline one, but I wanted to add some more. I love the way that they look on the shelf. I would like to be a bit more organized this year than I've ever been, if that's possible. I'm going to make it happen this year. And I thought this would be a great way to do so. So I picked up the vocabulary notebook. I have to say, Vivian was not excited when she saw this. Just seemed like a lot of work to her. She was not interested. So we'll see how this works out. I'm hoping if I do the vocabulary cartoons with her for a little while, this might make this a bit more exciting and give us an idea of how to do it in a way that she likes it. So that's my hope for that one. And I get a 4th grade notebook. So we're going to do a lot more notebooking and different things this year. And I just thought, hey, we'll get one of these. She picked out the color. It's for her. And I did up a binder for her last year, and I didn't find we used it very often. And yeah, blah. I thought we'll try this out this year. Got my fingerprints all over this. Anyway, this is spelling notebook, and this is really just basic. Again, I like the idea of having it in one place and that they were all on the shelves beside each other, that it looks good and you know exactly where they are. And I thought we'd try out this reading journal as well. And we've done a couple things with this in the past. I have to admit, I haven't been very consistent. I'm consistent for myself on Goodreads, but I'm not very consistent with keeping track of Vivian's. So I thought this might be a great way to do it. I have started printing off covers, so we're just going to glue in the covers and keep it really, really basic. But I would like to have a book that says all the books that she read this upcoming school year. And also for notebooks, I picked these up at Costco. I love the price of these, and I use a ton. You can see I use them for multiple things, but I decided I'd like to try some of the journaling with Vivian this year. And yeah, I have to think about that more. The last couple of things I'm going to share with you are just supplies. So for Harry Potter this year, we picked up these silicone molds to make chocolate frogs. That'll be fun. And also, Vivian doesn't know this, I have other things coming for decoration, but I got a 12-pack of these candles to hang from the ceiling. I just think that's going to be so much fun. So I'm not telling her that. There's a couple things I want to do in terms of getting the space ready for her. So when she comes down in the morning, it's a big surprise. Kind of like Christmas. I figure let's just milk this for all we can. No, I really think it's just going to be so much fun. And because I'm putting so much effort and time and resources into this, I want to make it as special for her as possible. So those are a couple of the things that I picked up. But I'll be doing a video of how I think what I'm going to do is decorate the space that you see behind me. And when we switch out the room, I'll probably make a video of that. Hopefully that is of interest to you guys. I don't know if everybody's interested in Harry Potter, but I will definitely show my organization and that sort of thing as well for the upcoming school year. I would love to hear if there's something you picked up this year or something, a subject that you're really excited to learn about this year. For us, it's so many different things. My daughter is excited about the Harry Potter. She's also excited about Beowulf grammar. So the dog that's going to teach her grammar and lots of different things for language arts. She's really excited about that concept. So love to hear what you guys are excited about. And that's everything I'm going to share with you today. If you like this video, please hit like. If you'd like to see more like it, definitely hit subscribe. And I will see you soon with another video.